Hello everybody, my name is Phil and today I'm going to be showing you how to create a PO. So the first step is to go ahead and fire up the program. Let's go ahead and click on the icon. After you've done that, go ahead and click on this bottom left button to sign in. If you don't have a sign in, please come see Phil or anybody from the IT department and we can go ahead and get you set up with an account. Also, if you don't know your password, which is a 4-digit PIN, we can find that out for you too. Now that we've signed in, the next step is to hit Create PO. You'll notice your name is automatically filled out if you are signed in. Now let's go ahead and pick a company. For test purposes, we'll just go with Morrow Energy, but wherever this PO is going, you're going to select the plant or company that PO is associated with. You'll notice that once I clicked on Morrow Energy, it automatically filled out the Ship To portion. So the next step is to fill out our date required. So the program is going to automatically default to 6 weeks out. You're going to hit this checkbox to manually enter your date and month, day, year format. Or if we're receiving a service, for example, x-rays, you would mark no delivery. This means you're not going to receive any PO reminders because it's going to mark this item as already here. For our example, we're going to go with 6 weeks out. Now let's move on to filling out our vendors. You'll note that we have a list of vendors, and these are populated based on POs that have already been placed. So if you see your vendor in this list, you can go ahead and pick them, and it'll automatically fill out the name and their phone number. But you can also manually enter this as well. For our example, we're just going to go with, let's say, Inmit. Now let's go ahead and start filling out our line items. Let's say we start with a flange A. And let's just say we have another flange A. Maybe a screw B. Maybe a pipe E. And for our quantities, let's just go ahead and say they're all a quantity of 1. We can hit this button and copy the 1 all the way down. And let's say they all have a price of $1. We can actually hit this button and copy $1 all the way down as well. This works for any quantity or any unit price if you want them to be the same. Let's go ahead and fill out our cost codes. For the sake of this dummy PO, I'm just going to give them all the same cost code. Let's just go with pipe, valves, and fittings. If all the same line items have the same cost code, you can go ahead and hit this button and it'll copy all the cost codes straight down. Before we move on filling out with tag numbers and the rest of the PO, we should know that if we have same line items, for example, flange A and flange A are the exact same in both unit price, amount, and quantity, it's going to automatically consolidate these line items in the outputted PDF. But each line item that is in here will be updated to our database as one line item, not as consolidated. Now let's go ahead and fill out the rest of the PO. Let's just say these flanges have different tag numbers and the like. And let's say these are all going to go to stock, so we'll just give it the cost code or the job number of 1410. And let's just go ahead and copy that all the way down. And let's say they don't have drawing numbers. So this PO looks pretty good so far, but let's say I have a few more line items to add, and I don't have the time to do it right now. What we can do is go ahead and export this PO. We'll just call it export 1. So what this is going to do, whenever you hit OK, it's going to create a text file on your desktop that you can drag and drop into the CreatePO at any time to pick up where you left off. So let's go ahead and hit OK, and then find it on our desktop. There's export 1. Let's go ahead and cancel this PO, and then let's go back to CreatePO. All you have to do is drag and drop right into the grid view, and now your PO is back where you left it. So our PO looks pretty good. Now we just need to include the original quote, and you can do that by clicking Browse over here, and then clicking on the quote you received, or any other attachments you might need to add. Just hit Open. It'll automatically copy the path up here and save them. All right, now let's hit Submit. Okay, and this is going to be the name of the file we saved. Or you can manually change it right here too. We're just going to leave it as is and hit OK. It'll save a copy to your desktop. And let's just take a look at it. So you'll see that when we had two flange A's, it actually consolidated them. It updated the quantity and the amounts, but the unit price is kept the same. Totals up to $4, and then this is our attachment. And that's how you create a PO. This last part of the video is just going to be tips and tricks. So if you go into CreatePO and you set delivery follow-ups, let's say you set 2, you will receive 2 delivery follow-ups between now and your expected delivery date, and you'll get those follow-up emails on Wednesdays. Another trick is if you want to copy things out of an Excel sheet, you can do that. Just open up your Excel sheet and copy the data, and go back to CreatePO, and you can hit this button called Paste Data, and it's going to paste everything within the cells. You would still have to fill out the cost codes, tag numbers, and job numbers. So I would recommend using the export and import functions of the PO program. Another useful trick is to, let's say you need to use an email as an attachment. You can certainly do that. All you have to do is click on the email and drag it out, and it should appear on your desktop, and then go to CreatePO, and you can just drag it into the Add Attachments box, and it'll add it in there. And that is all the tips and tricks for the CreatePO portion of these videos.